speaker, Mr. Jeet Adani, Director, Adani Digital Labs, representing the next generation of one of India's most consequential business families. Mr. Jeet Adani is driving Adani Group's ambitions in digital infrastructure and AI. With data centers, green energy, and ports as the foundation, the group is positioning itself as a critical enabler of India's AI economy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Director of Adani Digital Labs, Mr. Jeet Adani.
Distinguished global leaders, innovators, and friends, good afternoon and namaste. We gather here today at a decisive inflection point in history, and it is indeed a privilege to have the opportunity to speak to the audience that is reshaping our world. If you really look at it throughout history, electricity powered industry, oil reshaped geopolitics, and internet transformed commerce. And today, AI is going to redefine sovereignty. The central question before our country, India, is not whether we will adopt AI. The questions are, will India import intelligence or architect it? Will we consume productivity or create it? Will we plug into someone else's system or build it itself? The time for asking these is now over. As my country, India, rises, she does not rise to dominate. She rises to stabilize, she rises to anchor a world searching for balance, and she rises to build systems that are inclusive and enduring. And when India builds technology, she does not build for exclusion or control, she builds for inclusion. But in this geopolitically charged century, I believe that inclusion without capability is weakness, and capability without sovereignty is foreign dependence. So today I want to speak about three pillars of sovereignty that will define India's AI century: energy sovereignty, compute and cloud sovereignty, and services sovereignty. These are not technical abstractions, but they are the foundations of modern nationalism. The first pillar, energy, is actually intelligence sovereignty. AI is written in code, but it runs on electricity. As we all know, under peak load, advanced processors generate extraordinary heat. Systems throttle when power falters and performance drops. This is not just an engineering detail, it is the strategic truth. If a nation's energy systems are fragile, its intelligence systems are fragile. In today's AI era, power grids and data grids have become inseparable. This means that India's renewable expansion across solar, wind, and storage is no longer just climate policy, it is strategic infrastructure policy. And energy security is going to be equivalent to intelligence security. In this era, sustainable energy has become our competitive advantage. So, what is going to be different in India because of all of this? We see that renewable clusters will co locate with AI data centers. Industrial corridors will integrate energy and compute planning. Storage and grid stability will become national priorities. The second pillar, compute and cloud sovereignty. If energy is the fuel, compute is the factory. In earlier centuries, nations built steel plants and shipyards. In the digital age, nations invested in semiconductor ecosystems. And in today's AI age, sovereign compute capacity has become strategic infrastructure. It matters now where compute resides, under whose jurisdiction it operates, and who controls this access. Cloud sovereignty does not mean isolation, it means autonomy. It means India must host critical AI workloads domestically. It means we build data center ecosystems at scale. It means domestic access to high performance compute for our startups, academia, defense, healthcare, and manufacturing. If intelligence infrastructure is concentrated externally, strategic leverage concentrates externally, and external concentration creates national fragility. In earlier centuries, nations have built navies to secure those important trade routes. Today, we build sovereign compute to secure our intelligence routes. And lastly, the third pillar, services sovereignty. We all know that India's IT revolution made us a global digital services powerhouse. But much of the productivity dividend accrued not in our nation but elsewhere. The AI revolution gives India a once in a century opportunity to change that equation. Our AI must first amplify our Indian productivity. It must enhance our agriculture resilience. It must personalize our education at a massive scale. It must optimize our networks of logistics and ports. It must improve our energy and distribution efficiency. It must modernize our manufacturing competitiveness. It must expand our healthcare and diagnostics across rural India. It must deepen our financial inclusion across tier 2 and 3 towns and villages. AI must become a force multiplier for Indian citizens before it becomes a margin multiplier for others. This is not protectionism, this is preparedness. This is not isolation, this is strategic maturity. Earlier this week, the chairman of the Adani Group made one of the most transformative announcements in India's technology history. Our group will invest $100 billion to build a sovereign green energy powered AI infrastructure platform for the nation. This is not just data center expansion. This is the trigger for a 5 gigawatt, $250 billion integrated energy and compute ecosystem engineered to anchor India's intelligence revolution. It signals a decisive shift from importing intelligence to architecting it, from consuming AI to creating it. By integrating renewable energy, grid resilience, and hyperscale compute into a unified architecture, this commitment ensures that India's AI future is not only powered, but secured, sovereign, and built at a national scale. I stand here today as a citizen of the new India. I belong to a generation that did not have to fight for freedom. We received it as a gift secured by sacrifice. But history does not reward inheritance, it rewards guardianship. So today, our responsibility is to strengthen it, to secure it, to defend it. This is modern nationalism at its highest form. We must focus on capability over rhetoric, resilience over vulnerability, execution over entitlement. The question is no longer whether India will participate in the AI century. The question is whether the AI century will carry India's imprint in its infrastructure, with her intelligence, with her standards, and most importantly, her values. I believe deeply and without hesitation that she will. Because when India rises, she does not rise to dominate. She rises to stabilize, she rises to build, and she rises to include. And this century will remember that. Thank you and Jai Hind.